Guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about Uncle Bob. I've talked about Uncle Bob before on this channel. I will have those videos linked down below, but a lot of the internet and social media is just now discovering who he is because he is involved in a really heartbreaking cheating scandal. So, spoiler, he's a cheater, but we're going to talk reviews, so if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys. So Uncle Bob has millions of followers on TikTok. He is relevant and popular only because he's utilized his young nieces for content over the last few years, and it has become very lucrative for him because of using his nieces. And I'm gonna need society to stop being so gullible and dumb when it comes to people that exploit children for fame and money on social media are usually not going to be good people. They're most likely not going to be kind, good-hearted individuals. So a lot of people that are surprised by this, I'm not. He's famous for no particular reason, and he utilized his young nieces as a way to gain the popularity that he does have. So I'm not shocked, and I frankly don't even understand the appeal of him. He is an average-looking guy. You know, to me, he kind of looks like a thumb, especially now knowing that he is a cheater. I feel like I'm allowed to say that because if you're a cheater, then I'm not going to give you the common decency to not say that you resemble a thumb. But there have been two individuals that have come forward talking about their experiences being Bob's girlfriends. I am going to include both of those videos for context. I personally don't feel like it's appropriate to sit here and kind of react to somebody sharing heartbreak and something as devastating as being cheated on and realizing that your boyfriend had a whole double life and the other girl coming forward and saying, hey, I had no clue, like, here's my story. I don't think that it's appropriate for a reaction, but I will include it for context, like I said.
I wanted to come on here and say a few things because obviously a lot of information has come out about my relationship in the past 24 hours. I have been so overwhelmed and so grateful for the kindness and love that you all have shown me. It is honestly somewhat scary to date someone who is so loved by their perception on the internet by millions and millions of people, and when information comes out that is very much the opposite of who people think they are, I think I was afraid of being attacked a bit, and you all have really just shown me the opposite, and I can't say how grateful I am for that. I love his family and adore them, and they have nothing to do with his actions, and they really truly deserve the world, and I don't want them to be punished for the things that he has done. I am very grateful to women like Taylor and to herself just in general for being such a girl's girl and someone who was brave enough and honest enough to just tell the truth and her side of the story. Even in like such a negative situation, I really ask that people don't spread negativity and are kind to her and are also kind to his family and kind to his sister on her page. I think that so many women, I think probably almost all women, experience this type of betrayal from the person that they feel safest and closest to. And so many women have to suffer in silence and with so much grace. And I think that when there is an opportunity to hold someone accountable, they should be held accountable. I just wanted to say for now, like, thank you. And it can only go up from here.
I was Uncle Bob's other woman, and I had no fucking idea. I'm making this video with Sierra's permission and on behalf of her. I want her to speak on this whenever she feels comfortable, so don't push her for anything. It's her story to tell, but she did request that I make this video, and so I'm doing that. Bobby and I have followed each other on Instagram for the last few years at least, and it's always been platonic. Like, we've never had anything. I've never even met him in person. But recently he was and he's swiping up on my stories more and like sliding in, whatever. And then he was on my close friends, and so I was in New York City for work, and he swiped up and was like, where are you staying? Like, I need to meet you. I can be there in 30. We met and had breakfast and stuff that next morning because I was working, and he was so charming and so kind and seemed so genuine. And he took me all around the city. We went on multiple dates, like in the same day. Like, we went to breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We went thrifting. We went to the mall. We were running around. He's taking pictures of me and videos of me, and he surprised me with flowers. And I was supposed to go back home the next day. It was a really short trip, and he asked if I would stay and was like, I really just like have this feeling about you, which now I'm like, okay, love bombing. But he asked if I would stay and if I would come to Jersey with him. And he's like, I want you to meet my family and friends and like come with me and stay with me. Like, I am obsessed with you. Like, please don't leave. So that's what I did. Packed up, went to Jersey, went straight to his apartment, and so it begins. I'm just gonna throw everything out there. I mean, we were inseparable. So him and I had very deep conversations, and if any of y'all know me, you know what I went through with my ex and the affair and everything and the shit that I've dealt with. So I'm very open about that, and I do not play with this stuff. Like, you're not gonna. And I told him all about that, and he was like, oh, it's so crazy how anyone could do that to someone, like blah, 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 and like just made me feel so safe. But one of my last nights in town, we were at dinner with his friend, and I'm scrolling TikTok while we're like waiting for our food, and a video popped up of him, and then I saw on his account like the video with him and this girl in October. And when I asked Bobby about his previous relationships, he said that he had been single the last several years. Like, he hasn't been in a relationship in forever, blah, blah, blah. So when I saw this, I was a little confused. And when I brought it up to him, he was like, oh, that's this girl I talked to for like a day. Didn't work out. We're cool. But like, I kept it up to like see like how my fans would react to me like being with a woman or whatever. And I thought that was weird. Like, that changed the trajectory of our relationship from that point forward. Anyway, but after that, I became so suspicious, and the whole next day, mind you, the next day, I was going to do this podcast thing. I had to work, he had to work, and then had to go see his sisters. He was going to his girlfriend, Sierra, and he's FaceTiming me from her bathroom. But the whole time we're away from each other, I'm deep diving, and I'm on the phone with my best friend, and I'm like, something is not right. I feel like he's in a relationship. And she was like, well, you need to find this girl. What's her name? Sierra. But we had been spelling it wrong, like Ciera. Like, I was like, what the fuck? So I finally find her TikTok account, Sierra Simon, and I see all of their videos together, like for like a year. And I fucking panicked. Like, I immediately text him and I said, you're fucking, I'll show you the text. And I blocked him. I blocked him on everything, and I messaged her on Instagram. And she didn't see it like all day. I was freaking out. I flew back home, and I was just like thinking of like what's gonna happen. Like, I know what it's like to be in that position, and my heart was breaking, and I was just panicking all day. And then she finally read my message, and she asked me to send her everything, and I did. And we had a really long phone call today, and I mean, he's evil. I feel like it actually breaks my heart. I feel so bad for her, and this shouldn't happen to any woman, and I hate it, and it's sickening and disgusting, and I'm not worried about his reputation, quite frankly. I don't fucking care about his reputation. I care about his niece's reputation and, you know, her safety. But I just have to throw this out there because I'm not the type of girl that just like lets shit like this slide. I mean, this is a real problem. And like I said, Sierra can share whatever else she wants. I just shared the little bit of it that I feel is enough to show y'all. But yeah, I got played. She really got played. Like, I mean, she is just the sweetest, kindest angel and deserves the world. And she was so good to him and he was so terrible to her. And so if y'all could just show her so much love and support, she really needs it right now. But yeah, I'm going to let her kind of take it from here. And I just hope she just transcends after this. Fuck you, Bobby.
This entire conversation about, oh my God, Uncle Bob, how could Uncle Bob be unfaithful? How could Uncle Bob be a cheater? Why are y'all so surprised by this? Again, like, stop being so gullible. Family vloggers and people that use kids to gain fame and fortune online, like I said, they are most likely not people that have an intact moral compass. They are not people that are going to think, how am I going to negatively impact somebody if I do this thing that I know is bad because I'm an adult and I know that cheating is bad? You're not thinking about anyone else. And people that only think about themselves fall in line with those like family vloggers. Two other things I want to touch on in this video because I don't think it needs to be a super long-winded response. Number one is I firmly disagree with people attacking his sister. She is pregnant. She is expecting her third child, and I don't believe that sending her a bunch of negative comments and flooding her with, your brother's a POS, how could he do this, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that's fair. Let's focus the negative comments on the individual that created this mess. I just don't think that's fair. Point blank, period. The second thing is that there's a conversation going around now where people are speculating on his relationship with his nieces. There have been many videos of his where he's, no shirt on, making a video with his young niece, and people are calling that into question. I will not be speculating on that because I think that it's pretty dangerous to kind of put out there when I really don't know. But I also think that when conversations like this are happening, it's natural for people to start digging through content and coming up with assumptions or speculations about certain pieces of content that he's posted. I won't be doing that, but I wanted to say I am aware of it. I am aware of some of the videos that have been made with these speculations and assumptions. I hope that none of that is true. I really do. How devastating, but I really don't want to speak that into existence. So that's what's going on with Uncle Bob. Not surprised at all, one bit, because like I said, these are the kinds of people who I want far away from me. You're using kids to get clicks. You're a weirdo, stay away. And that's how I feel about it. So anyway, for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.